What if the queen of daytime talk, the woman who taught millions to live their best life, is quietly orbiting the most explosive scandal in modern entertainment? Federal prosecutors now brand Sean Diddy Combs the mastermind of a criminal empire, and Oprah Winfrey's name is only a whisper away. This isn't tabloid hype. It's an active federal trial that could rewrite what we think we know about power and protection in Hollywood. We're about to sift buried interviews, courtroom records, and uneasy red carpet moments, stripping decades of polished inspiration down to uncomfortable truth. Ready to see your heroes without the spotlight? Less than 2 years ago, Diddy's days were yachts, Grammys, and infamous freak-off parties, until Cassie Ventura's November 2023 lawsuit detonated everything, detailing violent beatdowns, blackmail, and even a real car bombing aimed at Kid Cudi. That was just the first domino. Fast forward to June 2025. The trial is in closing arguments, and the evidence is raw. Hidden camera videos, seized ledgers, and eyewitness accounts of women forced into silence with NDAs and cash. Prosecutor Maureen Comey hammered jurors with the phrase violence and fear, branding Diddy the General of a criminal enterprise. National outlets streamed live updates as deliberations loomed. Meanwhile, Forbes legal analysts warned that celebrity trials twist on a dime. Powerful defense teams know how to seed doubt even in the face of shocking receipts. Cassie's suit was just the starting domino. Within days, at least 4 more women filed, echoing eerily similar scenes. Hotels transformed into maze-like parties, threats to families, hush money wired through shell corporations. Homeland Security investigations joined after an informant produced a drive containing a guest list ledger coded with initials and dollar figures. Rapper Young Miami vanished from social media for weeks, feeding rumors she'd entered witness protection pre-trial. Meanwhile, journalists dug up corporate filings that revealed offshore payouts labeled as consulting. Prosecutors say those channels laundered payoffs and appearance fees. The timeline of abuse, they argue, stretches back to the late 1990s, squarely inside the era when Oprah was still championing Diddy's rags-to-riches story on daytime TV. The juxtaposition is impossible to ignore. With the courtroom lights blazing, social media did what it does best. It dug through the archives. Fans unearthed photo after photo of Diddy and Oprah shoulder to shoulder, Oscars parties, Cannes yacht decks, quiet charity dinners at Spago. Hashtags like #Oprah, new trends for days. The rumor mill exploded when AI-generated composites falsely placed her inside one of Diddy's mansion-level freak-off gatherings. 5 days later, at a leadership forum in Dallas, Oprah stepped onto the stage beside Bishop T.D. Jakes and delivered a terse rebuttal. "I have never participated in any event of that nature, and I categorically reject the fabricated visuals circulating online." She framed the ordeal as a cautionary tale about deep fakes and gossip economies, urging audiences to interrogate every pixel. The denial landed, yet it barely slowed the wildfire. Whether doctored or not, the photos remind everyone of something undeniable. Oprah and Diddy have traveled in the same gilded circles for decades, the very circles now under a federal microscope. Legacy media quickly published retrospectives on their joint charity endeavors, the 2009 Haiti Relief Gala, where they pledged logistics aid, a 2015 Atlanta Youth Empowerment Summit that dissolved amid funding questions, a 2018 Chicago Mentorship Dinner attended by several names now subpoenaed. Each resurfaced anecdote fed public appetite for connection points, fueling suspicion that something deeper than coincidence ties the Queen of Talk to hip-hop's fallen king. Their friendship began in the mid-1990s, when Puff Daddy's chart Smashes turned him into the coolest entrepreneur alive, and Oprah's couch became the ultimate seal of societal approval. That first interview looked like pure uplift, 2 black icons celebrating bootstrap triumphs, but insiders now claim the off-camera bond went far beyond talk show small talk. A former Bad Boy executive remembers Oprah privately financing a shelved documentary about the notorious B.I.G. Years later, her team allegedly asked Diddy to headline her 2011 Life Class tour, believing his swagger would electrify millennials. When the tour fizzled, sources say Oprah still hosted a mastermind weekend at her Montecito estate where Diddy lectured influencers on narrative control and non-traditional NDAs. In hindsight, that syllabus feels prophetic. Yet allegations against Oprah don't start or end with Diddy. Look closely at her record with black women in Hollywood, a pattern some call maternal, others call manipulative. Taraji P. Henson recently revealed she nearly walked off the Color Purple press tour after being offered a fraction of her white co-star's pay. Oprah, an executive producer, urged her to trust the process. Comedian Monique's pain runs deeper. Oprah aired an episode featuring the brother who had abused her and even brought their parents on, without warning or consent, then never publicly apologized. Add Gabrielle Union, Lupita Nyong'o, and other performers who say own productions consistently lowball black creators. One story might be a misunderstanding. A decade's worth becomes a business model. Now widen the lens. Oprah's contact list reads like a who's who of canceled titans. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and other moguls whose reputations imploded. Photographs show her hugging Weinstein at film festivals long before Number Me Too erupted. Seal blasted her on Instagram for knowing all along, and within a week he was hit with a since-dropped battery claim. Timing skeptics still dissect. Former OWN staffers say that in 2017 they were instructed never to utter Weinstein in strategy meetings months before his downfall. Proximity isn't guilt. But in an industry obsessed with brand safety, welcoming certain names while preaching empowerment sends a mixed signal that critics call strategic silence. Consider Michael Jackson. Oprah's 1993 Neverland interview helped write his public image and skyrocketed her ratings. After his death, she aligned herself with the Leaving Neverland documentary, platforming two accusers who had previously testified in Jackson's favor. Fans called it betrayal for ratings. The pattern echoed with John of God Teixeira, first presented on her network as a miracle healer, later charged with horrifying crimes. Oprah purged the footage, issued a brief statement, and moved on. All these threads fuel a larger accusation. Oprah isn't merely a celebrity, but the industry's most powerful gatekeeper. Rapper 50 Cent called her an Oreo, black outside, white inside, claiming she catered to white audiences while lecturing black artists. Ice Cube says she denied him airtime despite his lengthy film resume. Chris Brown says she ghosted him after his legal fiasco, even though he donated to her South African school. Scholars ran the numbers. Between 2005 and 2024, guests on Oprah-branded platforms saw a 600% average spike in social media following, yet only 12% were black men outside respectable narratives. That imbalance, critics say, is editorial policy disguised as coincidence. Even natural disasters magnify the optics. Wildfires ravaged Montecito in 2017 and Maui in 2023. Oprah's estates survived. Neighbors lost everything. Instead of writing an 8-figure check on day one, she launched a televised fundraiser, later donating $10 million, less than 0.5% of her net worth. Drone footage juxtaposing her untouched acreage against charred farmland went viral, and the hashtag number #OprahGiveBack hammered the point. Empathy without significant sacrifice rings hollow. That memory resurfaced as Diddy's trial unfolded. If she fundraised for fire victims, why not savage an accused predator with equal passion? Enter Denzel Washington. The legendary actor rarely wades into gossip, yet late 2024 saw a wave of videos alleging he confronted Oprah over her selective outrage. Traditional outlets shrugged, but independent reporters traced the rumor to a closed-door roundtable where Denzel supposedly warned, "Silence in the face of evil is itself evil." reps offered no comment, but the quote ricocheted across X and Reddit, intensifying scrutiny. The lesson? In the digital age, a whisper from a trusted voice can feel louder than a press release from a brand under siege. Now the jury deliberates on Diddy's fate, but the real verdict concerns a broader ecosystem, one where billionaires swap favors behind closed doors while preaching transparency on camera. Maybe Oprah is innocent, an unwitting giant caught in another star's implosion. Or maybe she's the velvet curtain shielding an ugly theater the public was never meant to see. Power's greatest trick is convincing us it's benevolent. If Diddy is convicted, the spotlight won't just dim on one mogul, it will swing toward everyone who granted him social capital while whispers of cruelty echoed behind velvet ropes. When the verdict fades from the headlines, the real question remains, who shapes your reality and at whose expense? So when a glossy icon urges you to live your best life, pause and consider what, or whom, they're shielding in the shadows. Power without accountability breeds complicity, and legends often thrive in the dark. Stay curious, stay skeptical, the credits haven't rolled, and the next twist could upend everything you believe about fame and influence.